All right. Thank you for your patience. I had to switch some settings over in the UAD thing. So I appreciate you for being patient here. So we should be good. Let me wait a little bit to make sure people can see the stream. I might get a copyright. Let me not sing the whole melody. All right, we just have to wait. That's all. Classy, what up, man? Noah, what up, man? SS Fame. Yeah, I had to put number 2 because, you know, people are like, why'd you use the same title for the... People are pretty, what's the word? I don't know. Okay, so it's probably going to take a while for notifications to go out. I can't sit here and track this. No, the guitarist is Cash Got Heat. I collabed with him. He recorded a bunch of R&B guitars. But again, when I do stuff in the studio or get stuff recorded, for whatever reason, I don't feel right holding on to it. I don't like keeping stuff for myself. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but hopefully the clicks are fixed. The latency issue. Now I can hear the piano. Okay. Now that last chord is not the move. I don't know if I like the dun, dun. I might just hold the chord all the way through. That might sound cooler. I'm gonna switch out the sounds. Give me a second. Yeah, I ended because on my end you can't hear it, but when I say, actually you might, this might cause feedback, but check, check, check. You hear that delay? I don't know if you can hear it. Check, 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 check. It's like a delay in my ear, my headphones, and it throws me off when I'm talking, and it's harder to record vocals that way. But I don't want to go on a diatribe as to why latency is important, so I'm gonna be quiet for a second. So right here. I don't like the third chord. So this F is it's making the chord a little too creamy. Pause. So, okay, what I'm also going to do is change this to a chorusy road so it matches the chorusy sound of the guitar. So it's just slightly tucked underneath the guitar. I might take off this chorus plugin. But whenever you have a sketchy kind of singer or whatever, that's why a lot of people add chorusing to their thing, just so that the pitch doesn't sound too out of key. Let's get these drums right. So my new technique for drums, whenever you have a kick that goes right before a snare, in the new FL Studio, they allow the graph editor. So I like to go to the graph editor, go to shift, and then turn up the shift for the kick right before the snare, but just a little bit. I'm gonna exaggerate it so you can hear it, but. So it adds a little swing, but it doesn't make everything else swing. It just makes that kick snare relationship a little harder. But you don't want to exaggerate it, so let's pull it back. So just a boom, boom, kick. It's like a little gap. That tiny little gap adds a lot to your impact. Let's switch out the drums here. Snaps will always work for R&B. That snaps in here. I literally have a song that's just a Rhodes piano and I think a snap and then me singing. It's on my IG right now. I'm putting out little mini music videos on my IG if you haven't been keeping up. At BusyWorks Beats on Instagram. And I have a video of, let me actually, never mind. I was going to pull it up, but anyway, it's Daniela from when I was in Miami. And it's just a Rhodes piano. And then me singing and then like a snap. And that's the whole beat. BPM? Does the BPM matter? Yes. In this case, I'm trying to use less hi-hats. So if the BPM's higher up, it will fill all the time gaps so that the beat will feel fast, but we don't need, 1,000 hi-hats like in trap music. Because in trap music, the beat will feel like 70 BPM. So we have to use all these quick little hi-hats to make the beat feel like it's going faster. But for R&B, my style is not to use a bunch of hi-hats. So I need to turn my BPM up so it switches out the need for a hi-hat. Does that make sense? Also, another trick, I'm going to go to my wrench tool, turn up time shift only a little bit. Don't overly do it unless you want like a Dilla vibe. But it just adds like a groove. Groove. There are certain words that I say that sound weird, like finger. I feel like I say finger wrong. Finger, groove. I need to pronounce my R's a little bit more. I'm trying to get out of my Philly accent. People used to be like, man, you have a great voice, man. I had the worst Philadelphia accent in my life. I was like, hello and welcome to BusyWorks Beats, worksbeats.com. Today we're like the R's were very weird. So I have to deprogram myself to get out of the R game. So finger. I forgot the other word we were struggling on here. What was it? Groove. There it is. Here's my trick. Again, I'm here to show you all my little tricks to do stuff fast. So I'm explaining, so it's taking more time. But if you were sitting with an R&B artist and you're paying for studio time, you don't have hours to figure out what's going to work and what's not going to work because you're paying for that time. So what I would do at this point is my go-to kind of trick here for like lo-fi / R&B is to go to the envelope of the kick, go to your filter, change it to a low pass filter, muffle the kick a little bit. So now it's like do. You can turn up the resonance a little bit if you want. I'm just gonna leave that for later. But this is the filter cutoff. This is a resonance knob. But if you go to your wrench tool now, actually before we go to the wrench tool, make sure your kick is routed to a track in the mixer channel. I feel like the chat is not updating. What's going on here? Hold on, let me reopen the chat. Sorry, the chat. I'm looking at an old chat. Hold up. Wait. My fault. I'm not trying to ignore you. I couldn't see it. Where we at here? Where did we leave off? Okay, my fault. That was my fault. When is 808s and Mermaids dropping? I'm trying to get it done before the end of this month. Let's put it that way. Let's do Valentine's Day. I'll put out a little project you can stream. Most of the videos are already out. So if anything, I'll release another music video by Valentine's Day. I'm trying to do something with TuneCore because I have a lot of relationships with these companies. And they're thinking of making me an affiliate for the company, which is awesome. That means I get to pass all the benefits to you and do cool stuff with them. So I'm waiting on TuneCore to write back right now, but it looks like I'll be uploading on TuneCore and it should be available in all your things. What I have to do though is because it's so weird. I don't know what's been going on over the holidays. My one laptop went down, my desktop went down, and now all I have is my Razer Blade Pro, literally. So God willing, this thing survives. So my hard drives are still good as well. So I have to go back into my hard drives, recover the old project files, remix it using a better mix, because now I'm going to mix a little bit differently. Is auto-tune on? I feel like auto-tune's on. Hold on. And oh no, thought I was talking through auto-tune. And I lost my train of thought. My computers are going down. I have the hard drives, and I need to open the projects again, refurbish them, and then put them out. So what I'm going to do is give out all the stems and all the tracks for 808s and Mermaids, so that you can have access to the acapella. You can have access to all the drums I use. You can have access to whatever loop I used or whatever it is. So that way, when I put out the project, it's going to be bigger than just listening to it on streaming. But my favorite song is the latest song I made. Maybe I'll pull it up today. Maybe I won't. It was called Duckin'. It's on Instagram. If you go to my Instagram at BusyWorksBeats, you'll see a couple clips of it. And it's just a hard beat. And the bass hits right. I listened to it in the car. I started smiling. The people in the car were probably freaking out. Like, what is this guy? Why is he so hyped? But it sounded really good in the car, which is always a great thing. The Jay-Z of FL Studio. That's too hilarious. But yeah, I'm showing people that you can be above 27 and make your first public, mixtape. I'm showing people you can literally go from nothing in FL Studio to creating a beat, creating the mix, creating your own vocals, creating your own music video. I'm showing people how to do it. And I'm showing you how to do it without a label. For example, I don't mean to be so long-winded here, but I want to show you that stuff is effective. For example, there was a music video on my channel that did 40,000 views. It was called Bad Luck with Isabella in it. And I partnered with another YouTube channel, and he featured the music video as part of his YouTube video. And his video is almost close to 1 million views right now. So I took something on my channel at 40,000 and took it up to 1 million simply by partnering with this guy. So little stuff like that is why I'm showing you how to do this, because you don't need a label. You don't need, and once my NDA is up for this one thing, actually, I don't have an NDA for them. After I'm through my MCN, I'm going to make the biggest video to warn people never to sign an MCN on YouTube ever in your life. They just take your money for no reason, okay? So I'm very against people taking your money that don't add value, okay? I don't like that. So without me going on a diatribe, let me show you how to pump your kick. I showed a lot of folks this, but if you go to Fruity Soft Clipper, this is gonna make sure we don't clip. So just pull it down, the post level down, go to your wrench tool, turn up so used to saying time shift. Turn up your volume multiplier for your kick. And it's gonna punch the kick, but it's gonna have a muffled sound because you used that filter beforehand. So it's gonna have more of a soft feel versus like a gritty. Here's without the filter. Has like a hard hip hop. Oh, let me make sure I'm not clipping here as well. So last time on my mixing tutorial, I was clipping and the clipping was audible and it was very nasty in the video. So I need to add a limiter of some sort here. I'm trying to think. We might as well do UAD. Where we at? Only thing is that might add a small delay, which is fine. MCN. MCN stands for multi-channel network. Partnership, a YouTube partnership, not with YouTube, but with these other companies. It's cool to partner with YouTube and get paid. I'm talking about the companies that try to come in, and it's basically like a pub deal type of thing, but you don't get paid up front. Piracy, bro, leeches? Wait, I'm lost. Yeah, I gotta work on subtitles. I'm getting lazy. That's what's happening. I'm just getting lazy. Forgive me for getting lazy. All right, so I'm trying to avoid clipping here by pulling down our output. All right. Oh, I made you become a producer. There we go. I turn a lot of people into loving music, even people who aren't even into music, like a model who got into music. I dealt with a model actress, Sine. She loves music. She's been loving music, but she learned how to make her own music. Who else do we kind of put a touch on? People who didn't know. Walter Brady. He's like a vocal coach now, a vocal production coach. So it's just fun to like see people do what you do, and you can all have fun doing it. Oh, the MCN. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it is. They're leeching off of people, and it's not fair because they're not really adding anything that you can't get. They're just playing off your ignorance, which is the reason we hate certain music labels, because they play off of people's ignorance. So once I get out of that deal in mid-February, this is what I'm going to celebrate, actually. Here's what we're going to do in February. It's Black History Month. I'm going to release 808s and Mermaids for 1. I'm going to get out of the MCN deal for 2. The contract will be over. I'm going to try and get out of this other contract that I'm in. And we're just going to celebrate. I need to work on my R's. Celebrate being free again. Free. Celebrate being free. There we go. You got to say free to make the R sound cooler. Free. There's 3. There we go. 3. Music. All right, let me get back to the track. I'm gonna delay the snap a little bit using time shift. Also, you have to remember, you want to play the guitar a little bit off the grid. So go to your wrench tool, time shift a little bit up. Wait, is it February? Oh, I think. Yeah, it should be February. Black History Month. Oh, my dog got a haircut. Okay, oh my god, the funniest dog on planet Earth. Wish I could show you my phone, but I can't. So that should give her a basic canvas to be like, okay, yeah, let's work with that. I want to start a new track, but I don't want to end the stream. How can we do this? Cheap wine live stream? Nah, not anymore. I can't wreck any more hardware today. That'll also set me back. I'm already set back like a couple months from moving and being away for the holidays and coming back. I'm already set back like a month of work. So much I have to do. So drinking wine will only set me back even further. Hangovers last whole days. You might add a bass line, but for the girl, she's either going to vibe with it now with the chords and melody or not. So you can save your time with the bass line. So I'm just showing you the reality of how I produce for people who have a rough idea. My producer name is just BusyWorks Beats. Oh, how did you come up with it? BusyWorks was from Pharrell and Bape. I love Bape. I still love Bape. I don't think I bought one officially legitimate Bape thing yet. My goal is to buy a Bape hoodie at some point, but I can never justify the $300 to $400 for a hoodie. So I never buy it. I talk myself out of it. And I figure I have enough clothes, so why buy another hoodie? And I don't wear hoodies. I'm in California. There's no need to wear a hoodie in California. So anyhow, let's move into the next project. So what I'm going to do is blank the screen for a little bit. You'll just hear my radio voice for a little bit. I'll give you a cool little logo, even though it's not MPC. But I'll give you a cool little logo to look at. So let me load a new project real quick. Let's go do new. And let me save. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I know you can't see the screen. Let's do a quick Q&A actually while I'm loading all this stuff. So I'm going to answer as much as I can. I don't want to go on like a 2-hour spree of answering your questions, but I've been away. And I told you the reason why you didn't get any emails from me, because some hater tried to hack my account, but MailChimp set them straight. So now I'm waiting on my account maintenance to be done. And where are we at here? Let me save. All right, let's load this up. And again, 808s and Mermaids, I'm going to be giving away, now not for free, but I'm going to be giving away all the loops from every single song. Not the loops, but the tracks. I'm going to give away all the tracks. The kick track, the snare track, the hi-hat track, the bass track, the vocal, acapella, the reverb tracks. Every track of every song I'm going to give away. So basically, you're going to have my masters. Let's do it this way. Live stream. And that way you can remix it, do whatever you want to do. Maybe we'll have like a remix contest to make it fun of the whole project. Maybe we'll officially put out the remix project and you'll get the back end of that. We'll see. Something cool like that. All right, so, oh, I got to show my screen. My fault. Hold up. Okay, Q&A. Let's see what we got here. Are you going to the producer meetup next month? Producer meetup, you mean with Trizza and Sound Oracle in March? I was invited to speak there, so yeah, I'll be flying out to Atlanta on March 16th because of Sound Oracle and Trizza invited me to their producer event. What's your opinion on Ableton? At first, when I was in the music store, I thought Ableton looked like an Excel sheet, like as Sound Oracle would say. And I couldn't figure out how to create a MIDI clip to save my life. I was clicking the screen, I was right clicking, I didn't know what to do. And it was that was the biggest thing. I couldn't get started because I didn't know how to make a clip. So I figure if they had an easier way to make a clip, I think people would kind of delve into it a little bit more. There's a lot of benefits for Ableton, like time stretch functions, their complexity with software, and a bunch of things. But at the end of the day, we're going to have to draw in notes into the piano roll, which I feel like is tedious. That's why I love FL Studio's channel rack or step sequencer. You can just click in a note and the drums appear. It's not like drawing it into the piano roll every single time, because then you have to change from 1/16 notes to 1/32 notes if you want a hi-hat roll, and it gets too convoluted. That's the only thing these other DAWs are really slacking on, the step sequencer. FL Studio, the only thing I would fix if I were them is just the recording process, like how to record. I think it's too convoluted. You have to go to this mixer track, arm it for recording, make sure you're on this, make sure you're doing that. It's too much back and forth. You know, in other DAWs, you click the record button, which is like right here. You click record and you hit record. You know, it's very straightforward. I don't know if it's them trying to be different in the marketing or whatever, but at this point, people have a high respect for FL. So I feel like they won't consider it copying if they do that, but that's just my opinion. What else? Okay. Noah says, do you know how these dance drums, wait, do you know, I can't read. Do you know those dance drums that are kind of two drums rolling off each other? Like boom, 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 boom. Wait, two drums rolling off each other, like a flam snare, like that type of thing? Or do you mean like a bongo, like that type of thing? I don't know what you mean. Unfortunately, I just don't know what you're referring to. When is the consultation for my business, you mean? The business consultations? Not sure what you're asking about. The computer building consultations are still there. I need to fix the graphic because it says computer building service, and we haven't opened up the computer building service just yet, but the computer building consultations are definitely available at busyworksbeats.com/products. And my partner, Stefan Waller, he'll give you the advice you need to pick the computer you need for all your computer needs, as well as how to, sort out what you need to get it all together and how to buy the parts and whatnot, or what model of the computer to buy at the store. But we're going to figure out a way to have a computer building service as well. Okay. Where are we at here? I want to join the beginner series, but it doesn't. Hendrik, some idiot tried to hack my account. So right now MailChimp is down for my account. So if you're wondering if you tried to join an email list or something in the past 2 weeks, I think, or however long it was since we figured out what happened, that's why. Okay. So it's not that I'm abandoning you. It's that I can't do anything yet because they've found the person's IP and all this type of stuff. All right. So splice audio samples into MIDI notes. Splice audio samples into MIDI notes. In FL Studio, you would go to, where are we at? You would go to like the guitar loops that are coming out soon at busyworksbeats.com. You would right click, open an audio editor. And where is it at? You right click. I haven't used this tool in so long. I think you go to tools and convert to score and dump to piano roll. So FL Studio had this way before it became popular. And what it's going to do is take the audio and try to convert it into MIDI. So this is their rendition of the guitar loop. Now, is it accurate? I don't know. Let's play 3x OSC. See what it sounds like. I'm trying to figure out what it's playing. It's not the most accurate thing in the world. Yeah, that sounds nothing like. But anyway, that's how you do it in FL Studio. Ableton has that function, I believe, too. But it's an easier process of finding that shortcut. Where did we leave off? I'm gonna answer like 5 more questions. I just don't want to make this like a boring Q&A because we could do Q&As all day long. Where did I leave off at? Let me make sure everything's straight. Okay. But my consultations, I'm going to be doing music business consultations very soon. They're going to be at busyworksbeats.com. But again, my price is not the price of everybody else because I advise companies. I advise people like, you know, let me see what names I can put out there. Actually, I don't know. But I advise the top companies. So any company I've worked with, we've given tips, tricks, you know, all the insight for how to be more effective. That's what I do behind the scenes. Help these bigger companies. Where we at? Hendrix says, I want to join the beginner. Oh, I answered that one. Splice. Okay, salsa. Da-da. What are your settings to live stream on FL and YouTube? There's probably a better YouTube video out there on how to even do it because I'm not an OBS expert, but it's called OBS. Where did you get the halftime plugin? I can't find it. Halftime is from Cable Guys for Cutlass. It's from Cable Guys. They've developed it. And I think it's like $12 from what I remember. I don't know. Just check out the prices. It's pretty cheap though. And it's a good plugin. You need it for trap. I'm just beginning in FL. So what are the best plugins for pop music? For pop music, it's not really a plugin. That's the only thing about pop. The only plugin I would really suggest for pop is Serum. And this is only for electronic sounds. But for like live sounds and all that, you could try Nexus or like a Contact Library, but there really aren't any good. The only thing you can get, like, okay, so put it this way, pop music is very based around guitar. And the only instrument that I feel has not truly been mastered in plugin form is a guitar, because there's so many nuances of a guitar that even if they did master it, it would be very difficult to play on your keyboard because of how many little nuances there are. So these companies, excuse me, know that, and this gives rise to the talented guitar players like Cash Got Heat. That's why we recorded these guitars, because you can't get the sound in a plugin. I mean, you probably could, but you'd have to sit there for like hours just getting one little thing done with the proper velocity, the proper key switches and all that. And that's the only instrument that I feel separates pop music from the other genres is guitar. Piano you can get in a plugin like I said, Nexus. You can get piano in Contact libraries. Like, what are your favorite Contact libraries? Maybe the chat can help people's favorite Contact libraries. But Serum, it has the electronic presets you're gonna need. So let's load, go to pads, for example. Turn this down. Now EDM, what do you guys feel about EDM too? That's a solid question from me. I feel like EDM kind of it came and went very quick. And I think it disappeared so fast is because they tried to hijack trap. And trap music was like, nah, this is not real trap. This is not the move. And they made trap popular again with melody. So I feel like trap got the energy of EDM because they tried to hijack trap. But do you guys still listen to EDM? Like, is that still a thing? I feel like nobody listens to EDM anymore. But I could be wrong. Like dubstep and all that. I mean, there's festivals. Trust me, there's plenty of festivals. Let me fall back a little bit because festivals are like crazy money makers. There's like 1 billion festivals nowadays, and most of them play EDM music. So, but I feel like as far as hits on the record, on the charts, they don't really rank anymore, in my opinion. I could be just not in touch. EDM is still very much alive. True. And parties. Oh yeah, that's the college kid favorite thing to do is play an EDM track. But man, I used to go to a lot more college parties back in the day, so maybe I'm just not on the party scene anymore. I stopped partying like 2 years after college. I was done with it. All right, but anyway, Serum is the plugin for electronic sounds. And the 80s are starting to come back. I forgot how to play this chord. There we go. So if you want the 80s vibe, but again, pop music is, I'm trying to keep this short, but pop music really is based around live drums, which you can get in sample libraries, but it's just not going to sound the same. It's based around guitar. Again, one of those things you can't really get in a pack anywhere unless it's recorded like from Cash Got Heat, who we're going to launch that soon. Or guitar. I said guitar. I said drums. The last thing, oh, hardware synths. It's another thing, like Prophet synths and different things you just can't get the plugin equivalent of. So all those little things are what create the pop sound. Basically stuff that nobody can afford. That's why I don't really focus on pop so much. Do I have lots of thoughts? No, I don't. I don't like the player lifestyle. I think it's I abhor and detest the player lifestyle. I don't like that. Because I feel like a real man can commit. If a guy can't commit, I mean, how can he commit to his dreams? So anyway, that's my philosophy. You didn't fully explain how you got your producer name. BusyWorks is a store, I think, in LA for Bape, and I just added beats to it. BusyWorks Beats, because Pharrell always wore Bape, and I used to look up to Pharrell and those guys. I want to join the beginner series. Oh, I have a mic. No, I have an MC who wants R&B beat, but what are some good instruments? Rhodes piano is a go-to. You got, this is the last question I'll answer. Rhodes piano, R&B guitar. Those are like the two go-to things for R&B. All right, now back to reality. Back to creating the R&B tracks to collaborate with Audrey. Okay. Dude, I don't know where she lives in Cali, but wherever she's from in Cali, I forget. Okay, so back to doing stuff. So let's use Serum. Let's see if we can get a cool little pop sound with Serum. So this, let's take off the delay. Let's go to effects, take off delay. Now this sounds like a 5th or 4th added in it. I can't see here. It looks like, sounds like it has a 5th. Maybe it doesn't. I can't see the value here, so that's kind of odd. Where's the value? -1. This must be a wavetable with a 5th in it or something, because yeah, it must have a 5th already in it. So this is that Britney. It's Britney. So let's go the pop route for this one, just to show you. So tap out the tempo. So pop music is very quantized. Okay, so you can draw in the notes, which kind of saves you a lot of time as well. Change our snap to grid to a 1/4 beat. Do you have a tutorial on Sylenth? Yeah, in our free sound design course, which is temporarily down due to the thing I told you about. But if you go to busyworksbeats.com/sound design, I have a free sound design course for you where I teach you in Sylenth 1. And it's the best one to learn sound design in my opinion. All right, so let's get this kind of pop R&B, and I'll show you how to mangle this sound here. Dun, 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 boom, 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 boom. All right, now let's pull it up an octave. All right, so with pop music, they like to use a lot of little stutters. So for example, they'll put a note like right before the next note, and that's what creates the pop kind of bounce. Like, din, din, like, din, din. So also with your bass, you want to try it. Just adds a little bit of a movement to it instead of just predictable rhythm. I'm just going to add 2 little notes at the end. Now here's what you do to thicken up this type of bass. We're going to go to the sub octave, turn the level up. So now it's not just some wimpy lead. Now on top of that, we're going to go to the effects. Let's go to compressor mode. Let's go to the multi-band mode. Check that, hit the check. And now we can tame the higher frequencies of the bass, which will allow us to create a more tame high end, but still maintain the high end. Did y'all catch Travis Scott at the Super Bowl? No, I didn't. I don't have cable. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I just was working yesterday. Is it possible to make a professional track with vocals only using? Yes. Well, you mean FL Studio plugins or just recording in FL Studio? I record in FL Studio all the time, and I make professional tracks a lot. Do you have a tutorial? My favorite plugin is UAD plugins. I like those the best. Those comments and academics comments were hilarious. It's sad to see anybody get arrested and all this. The comments in academics thing were just too funny. I was laughing to myself. But it's not funny what happened to him though. In my opinion. All right, let's tame the bass a little bit. So the green bar is your threshold. You can't see it, but the bar to the right is your threshold. Just pull that down a little bit. And I'm gonna super compress the high end so it doesn't get too wild. So now the sound feels more tight and controlled. It doesn't feel like a loose mess. Like here's without compression. It just feels like it's up and down. It doesn't really feel like it has much identity. Now with the compressor, you'll feel it has a shape to it. Like it feels like it has depth to it. That's because of the compressor. What's up, Big Boss? Big Boss Beats. Big Boss Beats. Big. Okay, another thing I just thought of. Vocal chops. How can we do this here? I'm trying to think of, do I have vocal chops? Let me check my sample folder. Packs, vocal chops. Do I have vocal chops up in here? I swear I downloaded some vocal chops. Pop vocals, here we go. Hopefully these sound cool.
I need you, my love, take my love, night away, night away.
Like that. Let me imagine this. Night away, night away. No, wait.
Night away.
The only thing with vocal chops that takes so much time is using Melodyne. But I'll pull up all the plugins. I'll show you all the little cool stuff. Since this is a master class, I'm going to just go in and just show you every process of everything on how to get a pop sound, because they use a lot of stuff with pop and people don't realize there's a lot that goes into it.
I need you.
So it's out of key right now, but I'm just listening to the transients of the vocals. I swear I downloaded something else. Let's see what I can find here.
My baby loves me.
I like that tone. Like my baby. I don't know. So let's open that up. I like that one. Let me see. I also have R&B vocals here.
Yeah, you got your together. Yeah, I wanna get.
So the only reason I like Splice is for like things like vocal chops. Everything else I don't really bother with, because I only use the sounds of my friends like Lifestyle Did It, Trizza, Sound Oracle, Diego Ave, you know, Curtis King. I just like using our stuff. But as far as vocal chops, they have some decent ones here. So I'm listening to not if it's in key or not, but just the way the vocal's going. Wonder Girl, shout out to Wonder Girl.
I want to get you.
Oh, you know what? You just reminded me of something. The guy who owns the Beatmaker thing in Toronto, the Battle of the Beatmakers, I met him at NAMM, and he was like interested in working together. So maybe I'll be at the Battle of the Beatmakers up in Toronto or wherever they hold it. I got to get my passport and all that, but that'd be cool. Maybe we'll meet the next Wonder Girls and the next Boy Wonders. I need to hit them up, actually. Let me write that down, because I feel like I'm going to forget. Hit up guy from, I forget his name, forgive me for not remembering. I think it's Christian, I could be wrong. Guy from Battle of Beatmakers. You guys watch that new show on the Machine Masters channel called Beat House? There's like a producer competition show. I like that we're expanding as a producer community. Like, there's a producer grind, which is like the media, kind of like our own Breakfast Club. Then you got Machine Master's version of like American Idol, or like the show with Rick Ross. I forget what it was called, but where they pick producers. So like we're growing as a producer community. It's pretty dope. All right. So what was I doing? Let's pick vocals here.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
That might be dope. But that reminds me of like 80s.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Let's try the yeah like that. So first thing, we're gonna right click. What's up, Greg? Edit. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna slice it right at the transient. It's very important to slice at the transient because you want it to be like a kick sample. That's the way I think of it, like a snare or a kick. You want to trigger it and then make it do stuff. Also, in Melodyne, you can change the pitch. Even if it sounds out of key now, I can make it in key in Melodyne. So again, the only thing I'm really looking at is the way the pitch moves and the timing of the word or thing that they're saying. Not really the pitch. It's like a drum. You can change the tuning of a drum. Oops. Where are we at here? I lost my spot. Let me crank the bass up a little bit. Let me add a filter. I don't really like the where we at? Here's a different sound. It's a completely different sound though. But it has a lot more groove. Yeah, that's pretty tough. Okay. So I'm working a little bit more esoteric here, I understand, but pop music is just different than other genres. So all I'm doing right now is getting the timing. I'm going to go to the envelope, turn the whole parameter up, turn everything else down, or you can turn the sustain up. Okay, so it's like an 808. You just want to play the rhythm of the 808 right now. Okay, let's record notes and automation. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. I was out of rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need like a different thing, like yeah, bub. Yeah. I forgot. Let me see. What else do we have in here?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Let's do that. Let's right click, go to edit. But okay, I'm showing you all the little things that make pop music. It takes time, a lot of post production, but what did I just do? Drag this here. All right, same thing here. Set an envelope. Okay, and I'm gonna get rid of that note. So I'm just recording notes and automation right now. Getting the timing right. Also for this one, I'm gonna hit Alt, left click the volume to reset it back to normal. So we don't have volume going up and down. Okay, so it's more of like a house vibe right now. Okay, so I'm gonna show you Melodyne, even though the pitch is in key. I'm going to show you Melodyne. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send these two vocals to mixer channel 1. And I'm going to open up Melodyne. God willing, I have it on this computer. I do. And activate. Do I have to activate my Melodyne right here? Okay. So let's figure out how it activates. If I have to log in, let me blur the screen for a second. I have Melodyne. Let me just figure out. My USB's plugged up. Give me a second. I'm here, but I'll put a little logo to let you know I'm here. Activate. Why is mine not activated? I had to also activate my iZotope plugins a little bit ago, even though I already had iZotope. So why is this not working? I already have an account. Maybe I'll do... Since I don't feel like doing the whole registration thing, I don't know why it's tripping out. We are taking... No. Forget Melodyne. Wait, it might work without it. Forget it. Okay. So Melodyne's tripping out for whatever reason. Don't know why. I had the plugin. So instead of that, let me just show you Little Altar Boy. And so what you would do in Melodyne, since we're not pitch correcting, I'm just going to add a formant filter. So formant just allows you to make it sound more male or more female.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh.
So that's how you would do it in Melodyne to create that kind of Post Malone type of sound.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh.
And you can pitch it down further if you want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Drake uses this, J. Cole uses this. It's a special filter for, what is it? It's a special filter for, what in the world? When was this? Oh, wait, hopefully I wasn't saying nothing crazy. Wait, can you see my screen? Hold up. Oh yeah. But it's a special filter for vocals. Let me see what somebody said. That was funny. Isabelli sent me this video from a while ago. I guess it was a Snapchat filter or something. I don't know. Some filter that changes your voice and it makes your face change like shape. It was funny. I was acting like this person. It was funny. But anyway, back to what we're doing. So formant is a pop thing. Let's grab some drums. Let me go to, let's try out different drums. What audio setting do you use for screen recording? With audio settings, I would go to tutorials on OBS because I don't know all the settings in and out. I'm laughing at something else. So I wish the audio was like, or like something at the end. So the way my bass is set up, it's more of a house vibe. Let me pull the bass down another octave. There we go. Trying to figure out what that sheery sound is. It sounds like a flanger or the compressor. No. Sorry if I blew your speakers. That's why I added a limiter. Thank goodness. Okay. Yeah, I think the compressor adds like a sheen, like a shine to it. You hear that little like high frequency thing? That's the compressor. Oh, that's part of the sound. Okay. The levels back. Okay, so let's figure out what type of drums. I don't know if I have pop drums on here. Let me see. Do I have pop drums? Pop rock. Loops? I don't want loops. Nah, that's not the vibe. This is turning into such a weird house track. Oh man. Should I take this further? I don't want to like bore you, but that was my long answer to how to make pop tracks. What type of track do you want to create? I said we were creating R&B. That's how do we veer this far off? This is not R&B. This is something else. So you got to be careful not to veer off your intention. I forgot we're even making tracks for Audrey. I completely forgot. That's how far off we went. So now I'm just gonna wing it and just show you stuff along the way. I appreciate everybody for joining and joining once again. So let me start doing more complex stuff. Again, I want to use these guitars sent from Cash Got Heat. This is coming out soon. It'll be available at busyworksbeats.com/products as a new sound package. He recorded some guitars for me, and I told you I don't like holding on to stuff for myself. I like sharing it. So this new sound package will be available soon, but do it for the gram, Aubrey. No, Audrey. Not Aubrey. Drake's dad actually follows Busyworks Beats, believe it or not. So shout out to Drake's dad. He actually has a cool song out too. It helped me get through some hard times after a rough breakup. I appreciate his father. What was I doing? Okay, guitar loops from Cash Got Heat. And what else? I was saying something though. Oh, they're gonna be available, and then something else though. I forget. Country? Oh, you know what? I have a country track. Let me play it real quick. Let me mute the screen because I'm gonna have to go into my email a second, but it's actually a pretty good track. I recorded this parody country trap track with Walter, who's my photographer / videographer when I'm on the West Coast. And let me load up my email so I can find it real quick, and then I'll play it real quick. Whoops, hold on one sec. The screen's gonna disappear for like a little bit. That's just so you don't see all my emails and whatnot. Those mails of E. Give me 2 seconds to load it. So Nate was our engineer, and Nate engineers for Denzel Curry. So I had Nate engineering our sessions, and where we at now? I can show my. I don't know. Does he want his email out there or not? I don't know. Oh, what was the track called? Let me see if I can find it. The track was called. Oh wait, I can't show the screen. My fault. Never mind. Forget what I just did. What was the track called? I forget. It was two of them. Give me 2 seconds to find it. I'm gonna find it soon. I think it was Take Two. Idea. Here it is. Okay.
Let's go out to all y'all ladies on the prairie out there. It's your boy Boomer. Shout out to Skater, Gunther, Cletus, and Jimmy John. Slap. It's a country rap. Yeah, my bitch ball like Caillou. Bust her down at the bayou. Beat your ass, can and ride you. Hide your body, they won't find you. Yeah, ha! Ride them cattle, girl. Stay up on my lane. I'm on a road race. Pop out by the barn with the fucking 12 gauge. Yeah, ha! Slap! Well, would you look at that? It's a snake in my boot.
So that's what we were doing up in in the studio. Freak, what am I doing? What am I doing? I am just slipping today. That's what we were doing in the studio with Walter, and let me make sure you can hear me. Hold up. Check. Okay. With Walter, and Nate was the engineer. He engineers for Denzel Curry and those people. So he hooked us up with some crazy signal flow, and I guess Walter was just in the spirit. I made the you're gonna see the video soon once it's edited, but I made the beat with some guitar stuff, and then we just, I don't know who thought of country. I have no idea whose idea that was, but Walter's just funny, man. So anyway, that's coming up soon. So if you see anybody doing it before we do, you know they just bit off of this video, which is a shame. Get your own ideas. All right. Let's get back to work. Enough joking around. R&B. So I'm gonna pick a vibe. So with these, I'm gonna sing a melody that comes to my head. Yeah, this will be up. I like those first two chords. So let's grab that. Now I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way here because I want to do different things. So let's do this. So I'm slicing it for one. Turn the volume down for two in the audio, in the channel rack for the audio clip. 2, 3, 4. So we're at 85 BPM. I'm gonna make sure these transients line up. I'm gonna grab the slice tool. I could simply just go to the pencil tool, grab the audio clip focus, which is right here, go to stretch mode, hit Alt, and then left click and drag it over. So it changes the key. So what you have to do is zoom out, go to your top left here, go to channel settings, and go to mode, go to stretch mode. It will turn it back to the pitch it was. So that's my melody in my head. Let me record that before I forget. And let me turn these off. Didn't even know they were on. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I have to do one more thing, which is turn off my thing here. Turn this off. So let me record that because that's the melody I have in my head. And that's going to be the reference melody for Audrey when she gets the track. Now I can't sing that high of an octave. So let me scoot back a little bit. Yeah, it's whistling because I can't sing that high up. I might try and like hack some singing. But let's see. Record audio into playlist. So I tried to hit those high octaves even with the whistling, so it was a little out of key at times, but at least we had it locked in as a solid melody and reference. I don't even know if I could, let me see. Also, there's a delay in my voice, so it kind of throws me off. Let me find the key first and maybe we'll hack it. But again, there's such, like if you could hear me, every time I talk, there's like a 20 millisecond delay and it throws me off. Like check, 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 check. You hear that time difference? I don't know if you can hear it. Check, 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 check. It's annoying in my ear. So it's hard to record that way. So melody is king when it comes to R&B. Also transitions are key. A lot of people forget transitions. So I forget where I put the chimes. So I'm gonna right click, smart find in this folder at busyworksbeats.com. Let's type in chimes and I have some chimes. That's gonna be my transition sound versus like an FX riser type of thing. Let's add that into the playlist. I like to use effects in the playlist now because I can see where they're at and how to line them up. Also, I'm gonna add a small delay here, fruity delay 3. Let's pan that out. Add a longer feedback tail. That's my fault. I didn't mean to run into a delay. It won't stop being delayed, okay? Yeah, the thing about the latency issue is that I don't want to bore people. Just long story short, I can't record the way I want to because of latency. I'm just not going to bore people with the explanation as to why. Yeah, reverb. Oh, you want reverb. Okay, so now the melody's locked in. I'm going to tuck it so it doesn't get too like in our face. All right, so I'm going to work around it. Old product. Let's go to busyworksbeats.com, go to the Ultimate Producer Bundle. Want to look for percussion here. Looking for shorter percussions to create a sub rhythm, and then we'll add the kick and snare as the main body rhythm. Here's another secret for R&B is to use a lot of high frequency percussion to move around in the track, to keep the track feeling like it's moving. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Hold on. Also, I'm going to put these on a choke group 1 by 1. Same thing here, choke group 1 by 1. So when I play these sounds, they cut each other off. Now it's not the longest scrapes, but let me see if I have another scrape. I thought I had a longer scrape in there. So listen to the movement of these scrapes. It's going to keep the track, you know, pushing along. Hold on, let me find our pattern. Pattern 1. Add a little time shift. It just keeps the track feeling like it's not stopping and going. But you can pull it down in volume so it's not so loud. So now it has a rhythm without hi-hats. And it just feels like it keeps going. This one I think needs more than just a snap. Gonna collapse. So I want to record, but changing the latency is such a task. I would have to turn everything off, change the latency, come back in, load the light. It's like a lot of stuff. So I forgot the melody I just had in my head too. Let me find the key first. Oh, it's D. Let me find the key first. We go out of key at one point. So that's our main key, but then we have to add D. So let's do this. Open up Auto Tunes, enable it. So we have F sharp. Let's take this off. How do you take this off? Chromatic. Okay, so we have F sharp. We have no G. We have no A. We have B, no C. We have D, wait. We have C sharp, we have D, and we have D sharp. No E, I don't think. No, we have E, no F. Okay. Wait, what was the melody? Oh, I forgot what I was saying in my head. So I'm just gonna add little background vocals. Now it's throwing me off hearing my voice delayed, so I might turn off the output so you can't hear me, but oh no, I can't even hear myself. Just in the background. I'm gonna do that a couple times, layer them, see how it sounds. All right, let's do this here.
Do you believe in love? 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 Do you believe in love?
All right. What happened was it's a lot of latency, so it's hard to hear myself in time.
Do you believe in love?
Oh, it's out of key. Okay, I didn't hear that.
Do you believe in love?
All right, so what I'm gonna have to do is take out D because where's our console? Hold up. I do something else. I must have X'd out. Hold up. Wait. Let me pull up the app that lets me control the audio. All right, so what I did was I left the note D in. I'm gonna do that again anyway. Here's the problem. I left the note D in, so it was locking my vocal to D when it should have been D sharp. Can you believe in love? Also, the retune speed is way too high. Didn't even notice that. Can you believe in love? I'm not even moving the pitch. That's the computer doing that. So it's picking up a little too much variation. Can you believe in love? Okay, that's the best setting. Only thing is the hold up 1 second. Only thing is this hearing myself is throwing me off. So what I'm gonna do is turn off my output because it's so distracting to my performance. The only thing is you're not gonna hear me. So you're gonna be like, what happened? But I'm here recording. It's FL Studio is a little bit delayed. It's not FL Studio's fault, it's my buffer's fault. Also hear myself off of the latency makes you perform better, but also what was I saying to myself? Forgot what I was saying. Give me a second. I'll figure it out. Oh, auto-tune I think was making it sound even worse. It was pulling my pitch when I was doing natural vibrato. So let's see what it sounds like. Hopefully it didn't mess up that take because I thought that was a good one.
Can you believe in love?
It didn't let me vibrato
Do
here.
you believe in love?
Auto-tune.
Do you believe in love?
Man, auto-tune actually made it worse in that case. Okay, so I'm trying to think. Should we record vocals? How long have we been going here? Let me finish the beat and then we'll do vocals. So at least I have a reference. It's so hard to record vocals with latency. It's one of the biggest hindrances. So I'll do that in the next video. Then oh, it was going through this auto-tune. Oh, you gotta be joking me. That's what was happening. Okay. I didn't realize I had two auto-tunes on. That's what was throwing it off. So, whatever. So I'll do the vocals in the next video, but that's unfortunate because those were pretty good takes. I can't undo it. So let me just show you the technique. Even though it's out of key, my technique for the vocal is pan one hard left, pan one hard right. Can you believe it? And then I'm gonna add complete reverb on it. So we're gonna use the UAD Dream Verb. Where we at? Dream Verb. Then you run it through 100% reverb, and then you print it or record it to audio, and then change the timing so that it plays without the delay. And that's how you create that like masked sound in R&B. Let me crank it a little bit. So now it feels like it has depth to it, like a wall. So next stream, I'll have to record that, but at least you know how to do it. Oh yeah, she did say a little bit of hip hop. So let's create a little B section where we can get a little more hip hop-ish. So for the hip hop section, I'm gonna load up. Actually, let's do something. So that gyro, that little slidey thing, percussion is adding to the movement of the track. Let me see what it sounds like in reverse. I'm just curious. Now, for me, I want to hear a different ending than the same chord. So I'm going to slice this here at the bar and grab the the slip tool. And on that fourth thing right here, I'm going to slip it until it's a different ending. And not that ending. Let's try a different one. Maybe not, never mind. I'm doing too much. Doing too much. Never too much, never too much, never too much. Doing too much, doing too much. Let me open up console again. Let's turn this bad boy off. Alright, so let's create the hip hop section, then I'll wrap this stream up. How long have we been going? I don't even know. Let's see, project info, about an hour. So I'll wrap this stream up, and then next stream I'll get into the recording process, because you have to do different stuff when you record. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, hip hop drums. So I'm just gonna play that. Boom, 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 boom. Wait, where we at? It's out of tune right now, but we're not gonna worry about it. Boom, 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 boom. Let's find that. Boom. Let's find that. Fade it out a little bit. Yeah, it's in the wrong key. Hold up a second. Okay, with modern bass, if we want that kind of Diddy feel, somebody mentioned Biggie earlier, I'm going to fade out the 808 so it has more of a curvature. So it's not just like boom, boom, with these long booms. It's like boom, 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 almost like a kick. Sounds like a compressed 808, but it's not compressed. You can add a little time shift. Okay, let's fix the key here. I'm doing it by ear, so forgive me here, but now the 808's hard to hear on mobile speakers, and especially on this track because I don't need the 808 to be like a little pump 808. Are we muted? Hold up. But it needs a little more punch, like boom. So let's add a kick right before the. Remember, I delayed the 808. That's going to give me room to add a kick transient in there. So this is the rap section where the rapper comes in, but I don't want the whole beat to be this heavy with bass. So I'm going to copy the 808 pattern, paste it in. Make these kicks and 808s play well together. Hard as Eminem smash all rappers type beat. Rob in the middle of the cool, in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the house, in the middle of the mouth. Wanna go when you agree with it? We'll see, Eminem style. So this track is done. Again, you can easily overkill R&B by doing way too much. Let me make a shorter envelope for the 808 because it's too long. But I want you to feel that percussion in the background because it keeps it moving, unlike a hi-hat. It's a little bit different. A kick roll. Funny. Let me turn off the melody for this section. Oops. Hold on a second. Dipping bass with the bass, huh? When you dipping in the rust and that balance, huh? When you rolling with those sides with the sides, huh? When you riding in the balance, huh? When you getting with those sides, get you balance, huh? When you want it like it. So with the R&B feature, you're not gonna come in with some gangster rap. I mean, it's just not the move. Again, we're creating the bare minimum canvas so that we're not spending 5 hours on a track that she's not gonna like. So the goal is just to be very broad. Then you can add in the little stuff later. But the rapper would be like softer spoken. Forgot what my rapping style. When you roll inside the bands and you cool as us. When you fly inside the bounds and you do it us. When you feel so grand, up and do it us. Can't even move the track without moving dust. When inside the house, I was using up. Can't even run a mouth, was just doing up. But we doing up now. When we come up in your crib and she all out. When she runs on the bed with a bra out. Then she said, you know, that type of thing. Call and response rap. Basic rap. All right, we're gonna wrap this song up. What kind of what time is it? First of all, it's 4 o'clock. I have things to do today, but if time allows, I'll try and get on later. Just wanted to show you I'm not alive or anything like that. That's why you haven't been getting emails. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining here. We had fun. It's Busy Works Beats. Total long shot, but would you be interested in doing a live collab on here? Much love. How would that work though? I just would be curious how that would work. Ascending keys. Peace. All right, guys, I'm heading out, but hopefully I get on later. I can't make any guarantees. All right, peace.